I don't just sit around in Snuggies all day. I don't even know what I'm saying. Shit balls. Okay, hold on. It's lit! Get it? Okay, I'm done. Hey friends, my name is Kaylee and this is Get Lit with Kaylee. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Welcome or welcome back. It has been a little minute. I have not uploaded a video in over a year.
It's been 84 years.
I know. I have been MIA. Where has she been? No, it has been it's been a crazy year for me. One thing though that has not changed is I have been a reading machine. Typically, so my goal is 100 books a year. Right now I'm at like 72, 73. So I have still been reading, and this was such a fun, creative, amazing outlet that I had. And I was like, why did I stop? But again, I just didn't have like the content creating bug in me. And so now I'm like, I want to get back to it. I want to be able to connect and make friends. And I am ready to embarrass myself on the internet and be chaotic and just kind of like connect with you guys, and not only do some bookish content, I also plan to do like hauls, what's something you can expect, maybe some lifestyle down the road. I do want to be more consistent, but that's too long of an intro, so let's just get into it. If you did not see the thumbnail, it's going to be a bookshelf tour. Can't really see my bookshelves right now because I'm in front of it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you the bookshelf like from a overview, and then I'm going to go like shelf down and get a good taste of like what you can expect on the channel and from me. So let's just get into it. I'm going to show you guys the bookshelves. Okay, so this is like my little reading corner. Eventually, like right here, I want to put another bookshelf because it's just junk right there for right now. But here's the little setup. Please don't mind the treadmill. I have that for my desk for work because it's all in the same room. As you can see, Lily is chilling on my chair. These bookshelves are from IKEA. They are the Hennies bookshelves. And then, so there's like the skinny one, there's two bigger ones. And then this is also from IKEA, but that's the Billy bookshelf. But I just wanted something that was like kind of like a nightstand, because I have and I'll go into that, but I have like a cute candle and things like that. And honestly, at night, it's so much more cozy in here. So maybe for this video, like later, I'll do like a little night video. That way you can get the full effect. Because at night, it's like a totally different vibe. So, yeah. Okay, so this shelf, can you guess what this is? Just kidding. This is going to be, shelf is my like dark romance series shelf. So I have it empty because I really like, I've realized recently that I really like this type of genre. Not sure what that says about me, but I like it. She's toxic. But I do like, Magnolia Parks has been probably one of my favorite books I've read this year. It reads exactly like a episode of Gossip Girl. I'm obsessed. The Twisted series, amazing. I have the first book of the Kings of Sin series, so that will be something that I am wanting to get to hopefully soon. And then of course Emily McIntyre, the Never After series. My favorite has been Hooked. I do have Twisted, which is the next book in the series. I believe it's an Aladdin dark fairy tale reimagining, so super excited to get to that one. But I have Hooked second because even though you can read them in any order, but that's my favorite. I didn't want it in the corner, so nobody puts Hooked in the corner. Okay, and then I got like a little Eevee, and then I got this candle off Amazon. It's for when I'm feeling witchy, but you light it whenever you want to be like abundant and prosperous, which I don't know why I haven't lit that yet, but anyway. But it has like some gemstones and shit in there. I don't know. And then we've got a little crystal. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, moving on. This shelf is obviously my Colleen Hoover shelf. They're not really in any particular order. I have the ones that I liked the best on this side, and then the other ones I have over there. I mean, not to say I didn't enjoy, I really did like Without Merit and Heartbones, and Reminders of Him was good. All Your Perfects was probably one of my favorites ever. And then obviously Verity. This Layla one was a really cool paranormal. It's very different than her other ones, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun little ride. I was fortunate enough to pick this one up before, like, for this edition, before it became like out of print. So that's why I have it over here. And then Ugly Love was my first Colleen Hoover book that I read, and that's what started this love affair.
Give me a kiss.
With Colleen Hoover books. It Ends With Us, obviously, like my favorite, and that's why I have 3 editions of it. But these 2 are both signed. This one I drove all the way to Sulphur Springs, and I went to her bookstore before it closed, RIP, and I bought It Ends With Us and 2 different formats. And yeah, but yeah, this is from her Bookworm Box edition, so that one is signed. And then so is this one. This is the collector's edition. They sell these everywhere, but obviously not signed. But it has like a really cool insert, and then, right there. So super cool. And then this edition of Verity is just like stunning. So rude. Okay, and then we've got Danny from Hocus Pocus with little beans. Look how cute. So yeah, she has to be on the bookshelf somewhere. Okay, this one is my Lord of the Rings shelf. Just kidding. This one's a Harry Potter shelf. Duh. And these are a couple of different editions. So I know the next, I think 1 or 2 have already come out. I need to buy them. But these are illustrated. These are super cool. These are just 3 other books in the universe. This is a first edition of The Philosopher's Stone. We've got Harry with the invisibility cloak. I got this wand at Universal. I'm a Slytherin, so yeah, I got this wand. And have Voldemort. What's the snake's name? Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, the snake. I love good. And then this pyrite egg, which is super cool. So I have that on a selenite charging stand. But you're just actually supposed to put pyrite in your office or with Hogwarts. So this is really cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is a Slytherin common room, and it's like a little bookshelf, book nook thing. Comment down below if you want to know who makes this. And she makes she's so talented. She makes these little bookshelf inserts, and so he had asked for something Slytherin-y, so she came up with this, and so it's just really cool. I love displaying that. It just brings a really cool element to my shelf. Severus Snape is my favorite character in the whole Harry Potter universe, so obviously I have this book. And then I got both of those from Universal. Yeah, so I love Harry Potter. Alright, so this next shelf is my fantasy shelf. As you can see, it's not very big. I don't really read a lot of fantasy, go figure, but I want to start getting more into it. I'm reading Fourth Wing right now, and I am literally obsessed. It's so great. So I'm going to put that here. I have this whole area dedicated to it already. I've already pre-ordered Iron Flame or whatever, Iron Wing, whatever it's called. I'm so pumped. So that whole thing is just going to go here. This is going to be like a Fourth Wing shrine. But I have a Funko of Daenerys Targaryen with her dragon. And then I got this so my friend, actually, she sells gemstones, polished and specimens and collector's pieces. Well, anyway, I thought this was so badass, but it is a dragon skull, obvi, but it's hand carved, which is really cool. So this is a one of a kind, and it has a druzy top on it, and I was just obsessed with it. So I'm going to keep this next to my Fourth Wing book. Whenever I do finish it, it'll go here. And then I also have, obviously I've got my ACOTAR series. I have not read Silver Flame yet. I just wasn't as invested in that series. I know it's a very unpopular opinion. I really want to read Crescent City and maybe Throne of Glass. I don't know, but I definitely want to read Shatter Me and some of the other dystopian and fantasy series. And then the Ice Planet Barbarian series. Okay, look. It was so good, y'all. Like, oh my god, I like it. Okay, it was like a fun time. They're not very long, but the first two books were so good, and I love the characters. Moving on. So this is my mystery thriller section. So right here, starting out, we've got some mystery series. So Inheritance Games, Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Both of those are like 5-star series. I thought those were both so good. They're both considered YA, but like they're twisty, they're turny, they're written really well. It's like a fast-paced read. So yeah, I have the 2 Finlay Donovan books here. To be honest with you, the first one was hilarious. I loved it. I had such a good time. But then like the second one was like mid, and it just got ridiculous to the point where I was like, this isn't even like fun anymore. It's just like kind of annoying. I don't know. Sue me. And then after that, I've got some other like thrillers. Let's see here. Notable mentions. One by John Mars was probably one of my favorite books that I read last year. I was obsessed. It was so good. I'm going to talk about it later in the video, but it's very similar to another book that I absolutely loved that I read this year. Kaylee, I forgot what her last name is, but she loves John Mars, and so I'm excited to pick up more of his books eventually. Okay, so this little part, oh my gosh. Starting from this one to this one, I have realized that I am a hoe for some domestic thriller books. Like,
she was a hoe. For sure.
I really like them. That's kind of something in thrillers that I have really gravitated towards. Like, love Constantine. The Last Mrs. Parrish, also one of my favorite books I read last year. And then The Housemaid is basically a copy and paste of The Last Mrs. Parrish. But I had such a fun time reading it, and I thought it was really good. So I read both of those books recently. And I'm going to read more of Frida McFadden's backlist for sure. Grady Hendrix little area. I love the covers of his books. They're stunning. And all 3 of those books are so great. He's like the king of like horror, but make it funny and feel good and like a good time. Like going to a haunted house. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, I know I'm going to be scared, but I'm going to have a fun time doing it. Yeah, that's what it is. And then, oh my god, I sound so psycho right now. Alrighty, this is like a random shelf. So, I don't know what I'm going to do here. These are all books. I don't know where else to put them. So they're just here. But I have all my Frederick Bachman books, which I absolutely adored. Anxious People. Okay, it's funny. It's profound. He's just really good about like capturing different characters and like intertwining all the stories. It's just so good. Like Rare Town and Anxious People really did read like you're watching kind of drama. Very good. Then yeah, so again, these are just books. I don't know where else to put them, but they're like good, and I want to keep them. So that's these. I guess that's it. I don't know. Alrighty, so we're on the middle shelf here. I've got my L. Kennedy, Briar U series. I loved The Deal, The Mistake, and I really thought whenever I was reading these, I'm like, I'm probably going to be too old for this, to be honest. Like, I wasn't, okay? Like, these were such a great time, super spicy. I was not expecting it, and especially, like, The Deal, like, there's just so much more than, like, a hockey romance to these books, and as you go, they get a little repetitive, but I just love this world and these characters. Like, they're just so great. And then I've got The Good Girl Complex. This one is Elle Kennedy's, one of her newer series, Avalon Bay. There's 2 more. I just haven't felt the need to like buy them or pick them up. But this one was a good time too, and I really enjoyed the characters as well. And so all her other series, the Prep one will go on this side, and the Graham Effect will probably go above or something. But yeah, so that's that shelf. This is just like a random shelf too. I mean, like, I had to display this. Like, it would be wrong to not display this. But this was a gift. This was a Dundee Award from The Office, signed by Rainn Wilson, who plays Dwight. Like, had to, And then I have Saint Dwight here. But like, I don't even know if the real one actually does exist or if they just like said it on the show or not. But I would probably sell one of my kidneys to own the Dundee that Michael gives Phyllis in the first Dundee episode when he's like, busiest beaver, and then she's like, this says bushiest beaver. Then I've got this Star Wars shelf. So I'm a huge fan of, not a huge fan of Darth Vader, but I just like love Anakin Skywalker's story and Darth Vader stuff. So yeah, that's why, you know, I have a collectible mask. I've got a Darth Vader. I love C-3PO. He is like amazing. So obviously I have a few things of him. I've got like a couple Funkos and then this little wishable. And then Pedro Pascal is like daddy. So I have,
Good.
The Mandalorian with Grogu. And then I've got just like some random Star Wars books that I've picked up, and then the Women of the Galaxy, and then a book back there. I also have this Hot Wheels Darth Vader Bronco. So I'm getting a Bronco worked on right now. I bought that off like eBay or something a while ago. Okay, I'm messing everything up now. Here we go. Okay, anyway. Then below here, we have my Emily Henry books. These bookends I've had for quite a while, but I believe you can still get them if you want them. They are Jonathan Adler. And then I just love all of Henry's books. Emily Henry's books. Okay, saying that fast sounded weird. But basically, like, I love the way they flow together, the aesthetic. The fonts, they just look cute together. And I don't know if she's working on anything new, but I hope she is. This one's going to be a quick shelf. Okay, so I've read the first 4 books of the series, hence why I have Hot House Flower. But I'm not going to lie. I just was not into it. I thought they were annoying. Everyone's told me, power through. Like, it's okay. You know, once you get past the first 2 books, you're invested. And I'm like, this is a very long series to not absolutely love. I'm not going to read the first 6 books to maybe get invested, you know? So after the first, 4, I was like, okay, no more. And selling them off. But I just kept them there until I figure out what other books to put there instead. Okay, and so this shelf is my Harry Potter shelf, or part 2. These were my books that I actually read whenever the first ones that I bought whenever I was little. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought all of these from book fairs, which is crazy. That's why they look so worn and especially this one. I've probably read that book 1,000 times, and it's definitely over 20 years old. But then I've got Dumbledore and Baby Harry. I've got Hermione with the swish and flick. And then I've got Ron with the chess piece. Okay, and then up here, I've got my romance shelf. Eventually, I really want to have a shelf that's just small town romance, book series. But until that happens, I'm just going to put everything here. Some notable mentions. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I absolutely loved that book last year. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and Yours Truly. Oh my god. Those are 5-star books for me. If I could give them 6 stars, I would. I really like Allie Hazelwood. I know she writes very similar stories. The first, these novellas are basically all the same thing. But I know people say that about her, but they do what they're supposed to do. They're entertaining, they're smutty, they're fun. I just have a great time reading them. So I'm really excited about Love Theoretically, because from what I've heard, it's everyone's favorite. So I'm kind of savoring that one. These 2 books also are essentially the same book. But they're both so good, and I just felt all the things when I was reading them, so love them. And I'm excited to read more Christina Lauren. And then I read Flawless by Elsie Silver recently, and I really liked it. It's a cowboy romance. Hopeless is coming out in November, so I definitely want to get to the other 3 books before that, and they're definitely on my TBR. This is going to be the year of cowboy romance and vampires. Okay, you heard it here first, because that's what's trending. It's so hot right now.
So hot right now.
And then this is a picture of me and my mom, and we're making, like, our mannerisms are the exact same, so it's just kind of funny. And then I've got like this other little crystal, but anyway. Then this is my Sophie Lark shelf. Look at it. Look at it. So beautiful. This one Sophie actually sent to me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, she did technically. I posted a very goofy TikTok, and then she responded and gave me a code to get a free book from her site, which was so sweet of her. So I wanted to display this one. It's signed by her. Oh, I have to open it. Okay, this book cover, he's just the hottest one, I think. And yeah, I love that book. This is just funny. It's like my life. And then this is the Brutal Birthright series. These are just amazing. This is a 5-star series for me. Just so good. So good. I got this vase from Shein. And that was with some tulips in it, also from Shein. But why did you put a strawberry right here? Well, if you know, you know. The girls that get it, get it. And then I've got There Are No Saints, There's No Devil. This is a duology. Funny story. Okay, so I had never read a mafia romance before, okay? And didn't know if I was going to like it. And I heard Sophie Lark is a good place to start. So I was like, okay. I don't know if I want to start the Brutal Birthright series because it's like really long and like I don't know if I want to read it. So I dove freaking like right in to a serial killer romance. But I fell in love with it. I would definitely start with Brutal Prince if you like don't know if you want to get into mafia or dark romance, because it'll lube you up for sure, okay? But it's just a little tip, a little teaser. I'm gonna get banned from YouTube. Okay, and then I have Yvonne in the corner over there. It's not that I don't like that book. I just like was like meh, because I was gonna read the whole Underworld series, but like to be honest, like I didn't really love it. But I know in order to read Kingmakers, which is like Mafia Hogwarts, say less, I've got to read at least that one. So I may do the other ones on Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited. Anyway, then oh shit! Oh my god! Did I just break my treadmill? Yo, what the fudge? Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, okay. So this shelf by her is my historical fiction shelf. This is gonna be like a favorites. It's actually like a favorites shelf because I've got my Kristen Hanna books. If you don't know, Kristen Hanna is amazing, and these are 3 of her most popular books, I would say. Like there's a reason why this one I believe is like one of the book of the years on book of the month. This one takes place in post World War II, like 1970s and 80s in Alaska. This one is also World War II, but this one takes place in Nazi-occupied France. And then this one takes place in the early I think it's like 1900s, but this one is around like the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression. But fun fact, Kristen Hanna is actually also a lawyer. I don't know if she still practices anymore, but you can really tell her attention to detail. And like, if you've never read a Kristen Hanna book, whatever she's writing about, you will be absolutely immersed in. Like, literally a 4-dimensional author. It's like smell-o-vision. Like you were there. You were in that time period. She's amazing, and you really understand. Like she writes like over a span of like a huge span of time, also. So you really get to know like the lives of her characters. And I would say if you had to start anywhere, to start with The Nightingale, because I think that one's my favorite. But it's also just like one of the best stories, and I feel like it needs to be required reading for kids in school. Like, it is that good. Okay, anyway. Then I have my Chanel Cleaton. So these are all somewhat interconnected standalones. Like, these 2 probably need to be read in order, but like the rest of them really don't. But they're all so good. I would say probably one of my favorites, other than Next Year Nirvana, because that one's the best, obviously, would probably either be Last Train to Key West. Yeah, I would say it's this one. It's so good. But all of these take place And they talk about like basically like around the central family, but different characters, and all about like the Cuban Revolution, and really just about like Cuba in general. So I didn't know too much about Cuba before I started reading these books, and now I know a little bit more information about it, but it's just a really, really good series. And then I've got Alice with her book. How cute. And then this was one of my favorite books I've ever read, and it's literally amazing. The Stationery Shop by Marjan Kamali. It takes place in like past and present time, but it's like it's just following these characters in Iran, and then now. But it's so amazing. They fall in love in a stationery shop, like a bookshop, and it's just, oh my god, it's just amazing. And then look at I love books when they have these little pages like that. It's just so, I don't know what that's called, but it's so good. Let me know in the comments what that's called, so I'm not a big fat dummy and don't know what it is. Okay, then I've got my Taylor Jenkins Reid books right here. She is a favorite auto-buy author from me. She writes a bunch of different styles and formats, and it's so effective and amazing. Like, for instance, Daisy Jones and the Six. That's like, the whole thing is an interview. And you might think, I don't think I'd like that. No, I promise you, you would like it, okay? Like, I don't know you, I don't know what you read, but you'll like it. And then Carrie Soto is back. It's like all about tennis. I don't know anything about tennis, okay? I know there are balls in tennis, and I know that like you say love at some point, okay? That's it. But when you're reading that book, I promise you, you will learn a lot about tennis. My favorite book of hers would definitely be The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's definitely worth the hype. And I also really liked the book One True Loves, because it really explored like how many loves do you get in your lifetime? Every person that you love in your lifetime is going to be the love of your life. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, so good. Then this next shelf is my women in horror shelf, and these are like favorite authors too. This is a picture like from the book Bunny. Like this whole, okay, it's like unhinged women horror or something, I don't know, but I freaking loved it. Like, it's a descent into madness. Okay, it's so good. I don't know what goes on in Mona Awad's brain, but she's a genius. But this was actually not, I did not buy it like this. I put it in this frame and then it fell. And then, I don't know, I think the aesthetic gods thought this would look cooler, but I just kept it because I just liked how it looked. Also have, so got Buddy by Mona Awad, All's Well, which is really good. Rachel Harrison is going to be a favorite auto-buy author for me because these two books were so good. Cackle is witchy vibes. The Return is like paranormal exorcism kind of vibe. Sylvia Moreno Garcia, again, amazing. If I have to make some recommendations for her, I would definitely say Mexican Gothic, and then Certain Dark Things is probably my favorite book that she's written. And then I know it's all the way over there in the corner, but there's only one book so far, but I put her here because I already know I'm going to like her other books. But I just need to read them and put them there. But that's Tiffany D. Jackson's Grown. And then, moving right along, I've got some books right here that are more classics. Some of these were like required readings for school, but these are just like some classic books. This was my one. I read The Witches like 1,000 times. This is the one I bought literally from like the book fair. And then Holes, The Bell Jar, obviously. So yeah, these are just like some favorite books that I wanted to display because I love them so much. So The Measure was the one I was talking about earlier that reminds me a lot of the one by John Mars. Social commentary. You follow the lives of about 6 different people and like their decision to look at their string or not, or what they do, and it's just so good. It's so good. Nikki Ehrlich, that was her debut novel. Like, are you joking? Are you actually joking? How? What? She's a genius. She's just a genius. It's crazy. And then I DM'd her and I was like, oh my god, your book is awesome, and I wrote a review on my Instagram about it. And then she DM'd me back and she said thank you. She's really sweet. And she also said that she's working on something else. So yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm honestly just making these YouTube videos, hoping to get big enough to where she sends me an arc. I said it. That's my goal. Oh my God, I'm psycho. Okay, and then I have The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Let me tell you, that book is so good. It's just a great story. Talks about sisters, has a lot of social commentary on colorism. Definitely leans on like historical fiction. Just very, very good. The Maid by Nita Prose. Love that one. The main character, Molly the Maid. She's amazing. Second book's coming out soon. And it better be in that same hardcover look because they're going to look so stunning next to each other. American Dirt. Not a lot of people have talked about this, but let me tell you something. The book was so good. It was a book about a mother and son who are immigrating to the United States, trying to cross the border, but it talks about the journey that people have to make to do that. And it's so heart-wrenching and just, oh my God, it's such an amazing story. And then The Guncle this one is hilarious. It explores themes of grief like in a very beautiful way. And yeah, I don't know. I just love it. It's so good. It's so funny. I cannot wait to read the rest of his books. I have a feeling that his other books are going to make me fall in love with this author, and he might be an author too. Who knows? This is my book of the month shelf. I am a subscriber to the book of the month. They do not sponsor me yet. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But I would love for them to. But yeah, so I love how all the books kind of have the same format and look, so it's very aesthetically pleasing. And just some notable mentions here. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, I'm obsessed. And I actually bought the Hoops series, so when those come in, I'm going to read those, and she might actually be she might have a dedicated shelf. I'm not sure, but her writing is very beautiful. Okay, did you hear about Kitty Carr? So, two of my favorite books are Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and The Vanishing Half. That book is literally, this book is literally like those two books had a baby. Okay, so good. The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. She's actually writing a new book, and it should be coming out soon, called Vampires of El Norte. Yeah, I'm excited to read it. And then Razorblade Tears. Okay, I need to read more S.A. Cosby because that book was crazy, okay? It was literally I was watching a movie. It was insane. The characters were flawed but lovable. Okay, and then Project Hail Mary is probably one of my favorite books that I've read this year. It's so good. Even if you're not a big sci-fi person, which I'm really not, I don't really gravitate towards sci-fi, but this did it in a way that was very digestible, and oh my God, my heart belongs to Rocky. If you know, you know. But yeah, so good. Okay, and then this little shelfie right here, but this is going to eventually have a little basket with highlighters and tabs and light bulb, whatever. This is just has a little candle that I don't light, but it's my birthday candle. I read a chapter of this every day. This is a good book. It's funny. Then I have look at the baby. Hello, baby. And then this is a little box Kleenex. And then this is my prioritized TBR. So these are the books that I'm going to read before anything else. This one was going to be in a little video, hopefully, that I do soon, a little vlog. Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. The second one's coming out soon. One of Rachel Harrison's newer books. Second book in the Magnolia Park series. Heartless and Powerless by Elsie Silver. And I cannot believe I have not read this book yet. And then I've got Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I haven't read a Lisa Jewell book yet, and I feel like it's wrong because so many people love her books. I'm like, how have I not read one of hers yet? So I'm excited to pick this one up. Obviously, love Theoretically. The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. So good. And then Point of Retreat. I read Slammed earlier in the year, and I actually really liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm excited to pick that one up. Okay, so this little shelf right here is just, little leopard. Another leopard. If you didn't realize, I like leopard. This is a candle warmer I got off Amazon. I'll put a link below because it's like my favorite thing ever. I actually bought one for my mom for Mother's Day and it was so awesome. I had to buy one for myself. But this makes your candles last a long time. Like, I've literally had this thing burning for like, I mean, I don't keep it on all the time, but there's not that much wax that has been like melted, and it's I've probably lit it, I don't know, if like 2 weeks so far, but oh my gosh, this is my favorite candle ever. The scent is called Sweet Grace. What I really like about this is there's a timer, so you can just turn it on. You can also dim the light, and then you can do a 2, 4, oh, okay, hi. All right, a 2, 4, or 8 hour time, which is cool. And then I just have some little string lights right here, and they are turned on, but since it's light outside, you can't see. But oh my gosh, they're little narwhals. Look how cute. But yeah, and then oh my goodness, this is my little comfy chair. I bought this from Amazon. As you can see, she's demonstrating how to use such chair, and her butt is on my book. I'm reading Fourth Wing right now. Yeah, and I'm not a psychopath, so I take my cover off. Hi, can I show them this, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, look at the baby. Okay. So cute. Right, Lily? What a ham. That's not a squishmallow, but it's like, it reminded me of Salem or Binks, so I had to get it. But yeah, and it's like the perfect shape because you can like put a book on it, or if you had a Kindle or something. But yeah, so that's it. So thank you so much again for tuning into my channel and watching this video. It's gonna be super long, I'm sure. So if you're still here, thank you. And please hit the like and subscribe button to support me. And I'm so excited to create more bookish content and videos. These are so much fun. It gives me an outlet to be creative and to connect with you guys, and then also to like talk about one of my favorite hobbies. See you next time. Bye.